That time, man. It's that time, man. Everybody actually got to wear all black, bro. We got to wear all black for this video. We got to wear all black. Today's a sad day. Today's a sad day. We're talking about the death. This is the death of Gervonta Davis, bro. Because he can't keep his hands off women. Today's a sad, very sad day. Sad day, man. Where this is the funeral of Gervonta Tank Davis, one of my favorite fighters. But he can't keep his hands off women, and don't know. I guess he let the fame get to his head, bro. This video is made by Jerry Jig. Great video. He's finna make me laugh. He's finna talk absolutely crazy about Gervonta. Probably he's about to talk crazy. He's about to talk crazy to him. So yeah. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Go do everything I just said to me. Do that to Jerry Jig first. Love y'all boys. Let's get into it.
And right now at noon, police have issued a warrant for professional boxer WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis.
Gervonta
Davis, also known as Tank.
Gervonta Davis is what we call what not to do.
This is high-speed chess. That's what you're watching.
Gervonta Davis timeline of controversies. 2017, assault charge. A first-degree assault charge later was dropped. That's fine. 2018, disorderly conduct arrest. He was arrested after a street fight outside a lounge in Washington, D.C. and charged with disorderly conduct. 2020, domestic battery charge. Davis faced misdemeanor battery domestic violence charges after a video showed him grabbing the mother of his child at a charity basketball game. Charges were later dropped. 2020 hit and run incident. Davis was involved in a hit and run crash in Baltimore that injured 4 people, including a pregnant woman. 2023, he guilty, jail time. He pleaded guilty to multiple traffic offenses from the hit and run. Originally placed on probation/house arrest, Davis violated terms and served 44 days in jail. 2022, in Broward County, Davis was charged with a battery after a woman accused him of striking her during an argument. 2025, in July, arrest on misdemeanor charge. Davis was arrested in South Florida after police said he allegedly assaulted his ex-girlfriend in Durham, hitting her and slapping her, leading to visible injuries. The case drew widespread attention given his fame, but charges were later dropped because the alleged victim declined to prosecute and witnesses did not cooperate. 2025, once more, a civil lawsuit was filed by ex-girlfriend Courtney Rossell, accusing Davis of battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and emotional distress related to a violent encounter in Miami. Surveillance footage allegedly showed Davis dragging and assaulting her, which escalated public backlash. And a couple of days ago now, January 2026, an arrest warrant was issued by Miami Gardens police for Davis for alleged domestic violence, including false imprisonment, battery, and attempted kidnapping tied to the October 2025 incident. Authorities, along with U.S. Marshals, were working to locate him. Unfortunately, Gervonta Davis is what we call...
I need something to drink, bro. I need something to drink, bro. I can't do this. I can't do this, bro. This John like it, bro. Clean up this cup real quick. Oh, man. To all of my underage drinkers, to all of my drunk drivers, to all of my pregnant bitches, to all of my recovering addicts, and last but certainly not least, to all of my unregistered sex offenders. Raise your Zayev's fighting Baru this week? Oh my God, they're unifying 154 already? That's tough. What should I say? We was talking about my leg. I ain't gonna hold you. You done. You done. I'm gonna say you done with classes for today. She probably got one more left, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta read between the lines, call ISO, spread it out. Hold on. Actually, if y'all really rock with me, y'all would have seen my last video. But hey, I'm gonna show y'all the clip. This the clip. Hold on, I'm gonna see if y'all can see. This the clip. I hit this in front of her. I ain't gonna hold you. This was what we call bullshit hoops. I need to stop cussing it. We call this BS hoops. So, cause I was hooping like it was horrible. So, like we was just hooping with them. So let's see. All right, that's me in the white. If I catch it, side step, hezzy on your toes, step back, right? That and this, I hit this too. This is a different day. This is a different day. I hit this, walk back, watch it. I walk into it, on my, step back, cha-ching. I hit that for game too. But yeah, all right, let's get back into this very sad video. I'm disappointed, man. That's right.
What not to do. When you look at some of the greatest athletes, I'm not saying Tank is there, he'll never get there now at this point. But when you look at some of the greatest athletes, and most people try to model themselves off of them, the Mike Jordans, the Shoheis, the LeBrons, the Bolts, the Michael Phelps, the Tom Bradys. It is very rare and very unfortunate where we have to sit here and say, you are a great example for what not to do. And unfortunately today, I sit in front of you and I'm telling you, everything Gervonta Davis has done in his personal life has been an absolute contradiction to how great of a boxer he was and how great of a career he could have had. I say could have had because I think his career is over. And if everything is true and all the allegations are going through, then his career probably should be over. My issue with Gervonta Davis, and we're going to get a bit political here to a degree. We're going to speak some statistics and we're going to talk about graphs and numbers, and it's going to be a more mature conversation in today's video. There is a direct correlation between yearly income and crimes committed.
This
You make a lot of money. You get away with stuff, ready, bro.
Correct.
Lower yearly income and poverty are strongly linked to higher crime rates, particularly property and violent crimes, due to economic hardship, inequality, and lack of opportunity. Though income levels also affect vulnerability to being victims and receiving harsher sentences. So are you trying to say that Gervonta Davis is like he shouldn't be doing this, or are you saying that he might actually be broke?
And I'm not saying that people who have money cannot commit crimes.
Okay.
I'm saying people who have money, people who have resources, people who have assets, properties, etc., tend to not commit as many crimes as others. And there's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down, but that's the fact of the matter and the climate and the economy of America today. Most crimes are committed by people making probably less than $30,000. People who are in poverty. The people who are in poverty, the less fortunate, the less privileged, are more pressured to go out into their communities, into the other neighborhoods, and maybe commit more heinous actions because they're desperate. And that's my issue with Tank. And I'm not saying it's right under any regards. I'm not saying it's right for impoverished people. I'm not saying it's right for rich people, but what I'm saying is I'm not gonna give Tank as much leeway. I'm gonna be a lot harder on him because you're in this very fortunate, privileged situation. Because quite frankly, throughout your boxing career, you haven't done much. In terms of impressiveness inside your actual boxing career, you wouldn't even be considered a top 20 boxer today. But yet you're making top 5 money. So yes, Gervonta Davis is very fortunate. He's very privileged. And up until this point, he's lived a very great life. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but I don't think he can complain too much. And so I'm very disappointed because Gervonta Davis has the resources. He has the assets. He has the connections. He's networked his way to the top of not just boxing, but North American sports. You don't think Gervonta Davis can call Shaquille O'Neal if need be? You don't think Gervonta Davis could call Floyd Mayweather if need be? So he's slowly climbed his way to the top. And with all the resources that has been put, at his disposal, he has time and time again had this reoccurring issue to improperly use his hands. Instead of hitting Shakur, he's using his hands and his talent to hit women. And it's always unacceptable for a man to be the initiator or aggressor against a woman. But it's even worse when your job is to box. And so now Gervonta Davis, with everything he has and everything that's in front of him, millions and millions and millions. And with
Hey, I posted a video on sports. This dude's 14 and 5'8". He's 1 inch shorter than me and just called me little bro. Go Patriots, cuz. I don't even post real on my second account, bro. I just be trolling on this John. But yeah, bro, let's get right back.
LSU coming into boxing, offering more opportunities than ever, making more big fights than ever because he has.
Hey, I'm gonna be a national champion. I'm gonna go into the Olympics, by the way. I mean, it's not set in stone. Like, if I quit right now, I'm not gonna go. But just know, bro, remember me, bro. All this shit not for no reason.
So much money, and he loves the sport, and he's willing to pay the fighters. Gervonta Davis says, no, I'd rather spend most of my life in jail. I'd rather never box again. And it's sad because he's in a position where most people aren't. Most people who commit crimes aren't in the position of Gervonta Davis. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, whether this is a hard pill to swallow for you or not, the people who are committing, aggravated assault and a battery and all that stuff, and I don't know, attempted kidnapping, it's a lot of things Tank is doing. The people who are doing this, they're in very strict situations. They can't just pick up their bags and go to Los Angeles to their other $2 million mansion. They can't just get in one of their 25 foreign cars and drive off and maybe go find somewhere else to stay. And that's the most disappointing thing about this situation. That's why I absolutely hate players like Ja Morant. I absolutely hate them. And hate is a strong word, but God, when you have guys who have everything laid out in front of them, all they're saying here, and I don't know how hard this is to some of you guys, all they're saying, put on the boxing gloves and box. That's all you gotta do. We don't need you to build a rocket to the moon. We don't need you to cure every disease on the planet. We don't need you to run $1 trillion corporation. We don't need you to sell 1 million products. I need you to lace up your gloves and go punch somebody. And I know you guys want to make boxing seem very hard, in which it is from a technical and athletic physical standpoint, but in the grand scheme of life, boxing for millions of dollars is relatively easy. It is. Same with Ja Morant. All we need you to do is shoot the ball. Yet these guys cannot stay out of trouble. And where does the issue stem from? It doesn't stem from poverty as others who have the same issues, kind of, we would say, okay, they're in a very bad situation. Maybe
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I enjoy this take much, but I think I'm finna stray away from it a little bit. So I'm not saying Jerry said this, but I'm gonna just go off what he said and kind of build my own thing. Um, that's one thing I agree with. Like, honestly, bro, I think if you have money, I'm not saying people say money is not the root of all happiness, bro. Money, money can make your life better than it is. Like, and I don't know if it's just the way I think, but like, bro, money. Like, let's take Ben Simmons. Let's take Ben Simmons for example, right? I would assume that if he never went to the NBA, he would still have at least 150,000 a year, right? This man was in the NBA for like 5 years, you could say, right? He was an all-star once, I think, right? Never learned how to shoot, leaves the NBA. He made 200 million, right? Now he's on the boat fishing somewhere, not hooping anymore. He doesn't have to work ever again. All I'm saying is his life probably is not going to be bad if he's making 200,000 a year, but you still have to work for that. That 20 mil, bro, is going to get taxed. But no, I mean, he had 200 mil, so he has get at least 20 untaxed bread that he can do anything with. That can have you several lifetimes if you use it correctly. Are you telling me that doesn't make you happy waking up? And so for these people that makes a lot of money, and when I start making a lot of money, bro, I'm not buying nothing crazy. I live here in this room, the one I grew up in for the rest of my life, just with like 20 M's in their bank account. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get how people can be blessed with all these opportunities and give it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you have to do is box. All you have to do is put on the gloves and put on your jersey and shoot. All you got to do is play football. Like the dude who just beat his girlfriend, that played for the Chiefs. Like, all you gotta do is play football. Why are you putting your hands on someone, bro? This is a honor. Why are you taking it for granted, bro? And then they claim they believe in. All right, bro. I'm getting too off topic. My fault, y'all.
This is a systematic issue. This isn't a cultural issue, right? This isn't a racial issue. It's a systematic issue with most guys who commit these crimes. So when I'm looking at Tank, where does the issue stem from? The issue stems from ignorance. It doesn't stem from lack of guidance. Like I said, Tank has connections. Tank can talk to hundreds of guys who have been in their own professional sports and made millions of dollars. He could talk to those guys. This isn't a lack of guidance. This is a lack of critical thinking. This is a lack of logical thinking. This is pure ignorance. When you have Gervonta Davis, and now we'll speak a bit more on his career, but you have a guy who, like I said, I don't think his superstardom was warranted. What did he do to become a star? Who did he beat? What big event did he have? Okay, he beat Ryan Garcia. He was pretty big before that. So you have a guy whose career and superstardom hasn't quite yet been warranted or justified. And he's making all this money. And year after year, as long as I've been following boxing and covering the sport, it's been, who do we want Tank to fight? Tank versus this, Tank versus that, Tank versus this, Tank versus that. And he's yet to fulfill any of these big fights that he once promised his fans. So now, we'll say 2020, what was it, 3? God, time flies, man. 2023. We have Gervonta Davis come out and says, I have this, you guys, 6-7 fight deal. Get your laughs off. I don't care. And he says, I have Tio on it, Haney on it, Loma on it, Shakur on it, Keyshawn on it, Ryan again on it. He has all these guys on this 6-7 fight deal. And he doesn't follow through on any of it. And in this 6 to 7 fight deal, this long-term deal with PBC and Amazon, what we're under the assumption, well, Tank is finally ready to go. He's 28, he's 29, whatever age he was at that point, he's ready to go, and he's ready to kind of step up competition and make this money. And he doesn't. Everything laid out in front of the guy. And now he's in a position where he can't even fulfill that contract, even if he would love to. That's what's sad about it. At least he was in a position at one point to fight Shakur. Now he's backed himself in a corner against a wall until where even if Shakur and his team sent you a contract, you couldn't sign it from the county jail. That's the saddest thing about it. What's even more sad is while you were the big star and you were the head of the pack, most guys looked at you and said, Tank is #1 lightweight. Tank is the #1 guy, who's ushering in the new era of boxing. It seems like when you've left, there's been no impact. It seems like boxing has been the same, if not better. Fighters fans have went on to find other fighters to enjoy. We're gonna move on with or without Tank. I would have liked it to be with him. I say would have because at this point, the things he's being charged for and they're issuing these arrest warrants for, I don't really want him in boxing any longer. I really don't. So once again, I've said this time and time again, if Tank doesn't want to be a part of this new era of boxing, that's fine. There's a bunch of fighters who not only want to fight and push and challenge themselves and make millions of dollars and have the fans support them. There's a lot more fighters who are willing to keep their hands to themselves, especially in terms of hitting women. There are a lot more fighters who are willing to abide under the laws set in place in this nation. That's just what it is. I don't know if Gervonta Davis thinks we'll miss him. I don't know if Gervonta Davis thinks boxing will stop and wait for him to get his shit together. But we won't. We'll move on. We'll build the next Tank. Very unfortunate situation. I'm more interested in hearing what you guys think about it. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Another amazing video, Jerry Jig, bro. Ain't gonna lie, Tank stops Clarissa Shields in the first round. But nah, bro. This is actually sad, bro. Like that's why I ain't talking. This was actually a serious video. Like Tank got me into boxing. Like I didn't really get into boxing until 2024, bro. Like 2023 and beforehand it was all Taekwondo, but like I just started hearing about this dude knocking everybody out. Then I looked into it. Then I seen then I watched Hajime no Ippo. Then I started watching Bam Rodriguez. Then this when I realized this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Starting late and all, and I don't know, bro. Like I feel like I owe some credit to Tank, but it's hard to credit a man that beats women. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even self-defense. Like I'm not saying if a woman hits you, you can't hit back, but just, bro, like dang. And then like, it's hard to defend you because people try to downplay your legacy. Like, bro, I mean, people try to talk about how you're an email champion, how your only hard fight was Pedraza, like what you did to Barrios was lackluster and stuff. Like you didn't drop him, like you didn't destroy him to the body, like you didn't stop Ryan to the body, like you didn't knock out Frank Martin, like you didn't, you did deserve to lose against Roach, but that wasn't a great fight, you versus Roach. You know what I'm saying? Like why is people downplaying you, Tank? Like, but it's hard to defend you because you're not a good guy, man. Like, dang, bro. Like, I don't want to tear up or anything, but like, dang, bro, it's hard to. You're making it very hard to be a fan of you, bro. Like, people acting like Shakur will just like dominate you. Like, they act like all you can do is punch. Like, you're not a good boxer. Like, oh, you almost lost the pit bull. Dude, what? Like, Tank, bro. Damn, bro. Maybe in another. I don't even want to say that, bro. Like, damn, hey, bro. Shitty boys, dog.